Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Already shuffled. Let's put you over there. What do we got for Aquarius here? The bottom card. Face down. Okay. Let me just grab some of those. One right on that. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is. I don't feel like these should be out. We're gonna put those back. All right. This looks enticing. It looks like it could be going really well actually for you. Something might end up on autopilot, but to your advantage. Let's see where this goes. Coming into the situation, my first thought is like you did not expect to be involved in whatever this is you're involved with. Literally the unexpected protection, the Lover's card on top of it, and the sovereignty. Sovereignty is what's actually happening but all of this coming in together is kind of like you didn't expect to be a part of something. But I'm feeling like it worked out okay for you. When I'm feeling protection, like nothing really went bad here. It seemed like there's potential for something to go a little wonky. It didn't. The Lover's card is there. It could be romantic for some of you. For others of you, it's just something where like you unexpectedly got involved in something. Looked like it could have gone a little south if you weren't careful, but it worked out perfectly. It literally worked out perfectly. So if it's not romance, this is saying it passed the test. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, exactly what you needed it to do. And you and whoever you were dealing with got along well. There was a potential for calamity here. Definitely a potential for calamity. Nothing went bad, though, is what I'm getting. And again, the unexpected, that might be part of the unexpected, actually. The fact that you're like, ooh, it's going to hit the fan and it's going to be bad. It's going to be nasty. And it just didn't hit the fan. And the protection with the unexpected is kind of like, it worked out better than expected. It really worked out a lot better than expected. So you got that coming into this. The balance face down is like, somebody could have made this really rough for you. They could have. Going into this, somebody could have really caused a stink. You know what I mean? They could have taken that stink and threw it at the fan for you. You know what I'm saying? They could have. But this is face down, is like somebody doesn't want you to even know that they just they squelched it for you. Somebody squelched it for you, but they don't want you to know that. For some of you, it could be an ex or somebody that usually doesn't get along with you, and they don't want you to know they did something to your benefit. They just don't want you to know. That's just what it is. There's nothing else with it. Like it's quiet after that. All right, so changes come forward, right? That's how it started, but I'm getting life goes like life goes. The situation kind of took a life of its own. I'm not seeing anything bad. I'm seeing things very busy. When I'm seeing the Chariot for this situation, it feels like it's really busy. A lot going on, things moving forward. The Chariot makes me feel like that's just normal. This was going to happen. This was going to get busy. Doesn't seem like it's even a shock to you. It does feel like it got a little overwhelming. Maybe currently is overwhelming. Four of Swords, kind of like you need a break. Nothing really earth-shattering with that part so far. But I'm also seeing somebody else trying to impose their rule over you. Whatever the situation is, maybe somebody helped this work out. It didn't go bad in the beginning. It went better than expected. You're expecting it to hit the fan. It did not. Somebody actually helped you with that and kind of protected you. I'm getting that with the face down balance card. Like they didn't think it was right for that to go south, so they didn't allow it to. They did something to your favor. But now I'm seeing someone is actually trying to impose their rule on you. They're like, all right, this is getting busy. There's a lot going on here, and it's almost like somebody's kind of side-eyeing you, kind of like, like you, like almost like they feel like you're getting away with something. I don't think you are, but it's almost like they're looking at you like you got your due to pay. Like, you know, you have like you haven't paid your dues to the situation. It's kind of like you're involved in something. You're making out a little more than you should. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, showing up late for a situation, or like for showing up late for dinner and not having to do any of the chores that created the dinner, but enjoying dinner. That's how they're looking at you. Like, you were supposed to be here to help make dinner, but you were late, so now you're just here enjoying dinner, and you have to leave right after, so you don't even have to do the dishes after. And they're side-eyeing you, kind of like, you know, you have a debt to pay here. So somebody's trying to push what they think you... This is what somebody else thinks you owe. That doesn't make it the actual case, but they seem to have ideas about what you owe to the situation. This is causing some stress. Somebody's pushing on you. They're saying, "Hey, that's not right. You're showing up late. You didn't have to help make You didn't have to help make dinner, and now you're cutting out early. You're not even going to help clean up afterwards. That's not fair." And there's stress between you and this situation. I'm seeing extremes, but it feels verbal, like somebody's saying, "That's not fair. You're getting away with not, you know, putting in your effort. Like, everybody else is doing the work and you're getting all the benefit. That's not okay." Somebody else is getting bent out of shape. It doesn't mean that that's like... I feel like if you look at it in a microcosm, if that makes sense, like in a small fishbowl, like maybe for this situation it seems like that makes sense. But if you take the whole picture in effect, like if you take the whole situation into consideration, that's the word I'm looking for, that's not the case. I don't think that's the case. It's just kind of like, no, I don't think that's really how that's working out. But other people seem to be feeling what they're feeling. So you've got the self-love and the discernment on your side. Like, it's hard for you to, like, it's almost hard for you to stand up for yourself, because the way these arguments are coming towards you, whatever you say is being turned around and turned back on you. And you got the discernment kind of like, all right, you know what? I don't really need this aggravation. Instead of like arguing about this for days on end, because you're looking at this like this person's not going to let go of it. And you've dealt with this person before, and you're like, it doesn't matter how much of a point I make, they just ignore it. And then I find out I have to keep, you know, defending myself constantly. Discernment is saying, you know what, I don't have the effort or energy to go through that. What do they need from me? What can I do for them now that will just kind of get them off my back, and I can just move on with my life? Because, you know, it's not about it for me, and now it's not worth it for me. You're really looking at the situation, and you're trying to find a better way to deal with it. That's what I'm feeling with the Hermit card. Kind of like whatever this energy is, whoever's trying to impose their rule on you, you're looking at this like, I gotta find a better way to deal with this person, because they don't take the whole picture into account. And then I can make a point, but they just ignore it. And it's like I said nothing, and I constantly have to go back and defend myself. It's not like it's not the fact that you don't have a good argument. It's just like it's being ignored. It's kind of like you're saying something and they turn off the microphone, so like it doesn't matter you're saying it, nobody's hearing it. It's kind of how it feels. So you're like, what else can I do? How else can I deal with this energy? Because I don't like how this is going. Now, there is some negotiation here, trying to figure out what they want, what you can actually do for them. Because you're just trying to reconstitute the situation. Like, there has to be a better way to handle this. And I'm seeing the Fool card in the environment. It's kind of like when you're talking to this person and you're going to their benefit, and you're saying, well, what other ways can we work this out? Because I was late and I have to go right after this. Right now I can't make this up to you. So what other possibilities do we have to balance this? Face down balance again. It's like it's haunting the situation a little bit. What else can I do to balance this? Because I was late. I'm sorry, I was. I have to go. I still have to go early, so I can't stay and help clean up after. So what else can I do for you? What else do you want from me? Okay. That seems to be opening their ears. When you go towards this energy, kind of like, okay, what else can I do for you? This is what I'm dealing with. What else can I do for you? They seem to be opening their ears. They seem to be listening. Now they're listening to you. Now that they feel like you're siding with them, you're kind of like telling them, okay, I see your point. This is what I'm dealing with. What do you want me to do for you? Like, what else? What other possibilities do we have? They seem to be listening to you now. Here's your chance to really make your point. I feel like the same arguments you've already said, you obviously have to say them in a different way. You have to make the same point a different way, but now they're going to hear you. Now, that's literally all it takes. Because what I'm getting is, the wisdom is coming in on your side, beauty is coming in on your side. What's happening in the actual environment is gratitude, plus the Page of Wands. Like, things seem to be going a lot smoother. This person just wants to feel like you're saying they're right, and you're working with them. They just want to be acknowledged that, like, they're saying this isn't right and you're getting away with something, and you acknowledge it. Okay, then I'm getting away with something, but what do you want me to do? How do I make this right with you? Then they open their ears, and then everything you've said before, now you just got to say it differently just so they don't realize you're saying the same thing. And they're listening to you, and I feel like this actually works itself out. I'm getting, like, especially with the Page of Wands, like, this situation just seems to work itself out. Kind of like the big picture. Things you were already doing to make up for things like this, things you were already doing to, like, balance it out yourself, now that's getting acknowledged. So I don't think you're really doing any more than you were. It's just now getting acknowledged. The whole thing is, you just got to kind of find a way to tell them they're right. That's literally what they want. Then they listen to you. That's it. Then everything goes fine. Is it? It's just. Anybody else think that's kind of funny? I think that's kind of funny. Because literally, that's all they want, and then everything goes a lot smoother. Just tell them they're right in some respect. That's it. I just don't know what else to say about that. Because then it goes right into autopilot mode here at the end, like I said at the beginning. And it just takes a life of its own, and things are fine. They just, I don't, like, what else am I looking for? I don't know what else there should be. It's like, it's killing me. I'm like, is that literally what calms the whole conflict? Because it feels like that literally calms the whole conflict. And the stress on your side goes way down. The stress on your side goes way down. It's just kind of like, it's not a big deal anymore. I literally feel like this is going to be one of those moments, like, that's all this took? Like, that's all I had to do? And you're off my back? That's it? Like, literally, you do that, and then now they hear you. Now they listen to you. Now everything goes fine. I'm still kind of baffled by it, but that's what I'm getting. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.